Are you tired of being single but sick of the dating scene? Are you thinking about just giving up? If so, this video is for you. 50 million. That's the number of members online dating site OkCupid reported in 2020 according to data from SurveyMonkey Intelligence. And in any given minute, an average of 100,000 users are online on OkCupid alone. That's not counting Match.com, Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, or any of the other dating sites and apps. 2020 estimates from CompareCamp state that in the US alone, 30 million people were using online dating sites. And get this, Tinder's total number of paid subscribers tops over 59 million.
What?
Online dating has real appeal, right? It's easy and convenient. You can browse pictures and profiles while you're eating breakfast or watching Netflix. Plus, instead of just friends of friends or people your mom wants to set you up with, the number of potential dating candidates you have access to expands exponentially when you sign up for an online dating.
So what's the catch?
OkCupid asked users up to 5,000 different questions to help them find their ideal match. And guess what? All of this online chat with more people, plus the ability to pre-screen them, may actually be why you're still single.
I knew it.
So if you're frustrated that you haven't found the one and you're thinking about giving up on dating, keep watching because I have some insights and solutions that may help. I got some really powerful and profound insights into what's wrong with how we're dating from relationship experts and psychologists John and Julie Gottman, who are also husband and wife. I got to interview them for my podcast and they told me something shocking, which is that when it comes to dating, we put too much emphasis on finding people like us. That doesn't mean we literally look for people exactly like us, but that we put too much emphasis on finding people with the same hobbies, the same interests, and ideals as we have.
Agree to agree.
Now, that flies in the face of a lot of what we think we know about dating, right? We think it's about finding people who share lots of things with us, and then we're more likely to be compatible with them. The Gottmans disagree, and that's one of the reasons online dating algorithms can fail us so often. I mean, they don't fail in that they don't work. They do a great job of matching people based on the criteria that we determine are important to us. But maybe we're focusing on the wrong criteria. The problem is that in reality, a lot of this criteria doesn't actually make for a great match for us, as so many of us have discovered when we've actually met some of those people in person. We can't even necessarily tell who we'll really be attracted to from their photos.
You look like your profile pic, finally.
One of the reasons for that, says the Gottmans, is our genes. And we know this thanks to a bunch of sweaty German t-shirts.
What did you just say?
One Swiss researcher and his team took a group of 44 men and gave them nice, clean cotton t-shirts and asked them to wear them for 2 nights in a row while they were sleeping. They also asked the men to avoid things that would alter their smell artificially, like smoking, eating heavily spiced foods, wearing scented deodorants, and, well, sleeping with someone else.
You stink.
Here's where it gets really, really weird. I'm not even going to guess how the researchers came up with this idea. They put the worn t-shirts in identical boxes with a small hole in the boxes, then had 49 women come in and smell each of the boxes. You heard that right. The women came into a room and through the holes got a whiff of the t-shirts.
Sniff around.
Now, they didn't each smell all 44 shirts. Each woman was asked to smell 6 shirts and rate the shirts from 1 to 10 on intensity, pleasantness, and sexiness. Again, you heard that right, sexiness from smelling a t-shirt.
Smells good.
Now, the 6 shirts each woman got were specially selected to include 3 that were from men with a closer genetic match to them, and 3 from men who were less of a genetic match. Consistently, the women preferred the smells of the men who were less genetically matched. Remember, they had no information about the men, no photos, no personal details, only the smell of their t-shirts. Researchers theorize that these particular genes, which play a role in the development of our immune systems, help to keep us from being attracted to people who aren't genetically diverse enough from us, which could potentially negatively impact the health of our offspring. And the smell of a t-shirt and our genetic matchiness is the kind of information that even the highest tech online dating algorithm has not mastered if we don't give it the right information. Anyway, beyond our genes, I asked the Gottmans what we tend to get wrong when it comes to dating. They said that we often screen for things that don't really matter. When you meet someone you're truly compatible with on a deeper level, lots of those things don't actually matter. When I asked the Gottmans what does matter, they gave me a list of 8 things to look for, and here they are. Number 1, does the person listen to you? Do they show genuine interest in getting to know you? Do they ask you meaningful questions and really listen to the answer?
I'm listening.
Number 2, are they reliable and consistent? Or do they play games like playing hard to get? That's a big red flag.
That's a red flag.
Number 3, are they honest and sincere?
I would never lie to you.
Number 4, are they attentive? Is it clear that they consider your needs, desires, and feelings?
It's not all about you.
Number 5, are they kind or instead are they critical? Do they make biting, sarcastic remarks that just aren't funny?
That's not funny.
Number 6, are they generous?
Sharing is good.
Number 7, are they a person of substance and character, and are they respectful?
I do not respect you.
And 8, finally, does it feel good to be with them?
This feels so good.
So does that mean you should ditch the dating apps? I'm definitely not saying you should stop using apps, but instead, it may be helpful to shift what you're using them for. Helen Fisher is an anthropologist and the chief science officer for Match.com. She says we have the wrong idea about how Match and similar sites in that they are not dating sites, they are introduction sites. Entrepreneur Christina Wallace agrees. In a hilarious TED Talk where she discussed some of the perils she faced doing online dating before she finally met the one, Christina says that it's not the apps that are broken, it's our expectations of them. After countless dating fails, Christina decided to start going about her app use more strategically and set up a screening system for every message she received from a new potential match, where she would evaluate them for 3 criteria. Now remember, these were things that were important to Christina. Yours might be totally different. Number 1, the message had to be written in complete sentences with good grammar. Number 2, it had to reference something specific about her so she knew they weren't just cutting and pasting their messages. Number 3, the message could not contain anything sexual. Of 210 new messages Christina received, 14% met these criteria. For her next step, Christina decided she wanted to meet the guys quickly because, as she said, the things I cared about I couldn't see online. She was tired of going back and forth for days or weeks, exchanging long messages or committing to full dates only to find out they had no real chemistry or the guy only wanted sex. So Christina created what she called a 0 date, where the ground rules were that they would include just 1 drink over 1 hour, and in that time only 1 question she needed to answer for herself was, would I like to have dinner with this person? Would I like to spend 3 hours with them? If the 0 date went well, she'd see if they wanted to have a first date, then just go from there. I absolutely love this approach to not give an online dating app the full responsibility of matching you with the perfect person, but instead for just presenting you with a lot more options to choose from. From there, you can do what Christina did and come up with a few, not 19 or 20, basic screening criteria to see if you're interested in meeting them in person. That way you can immediately rule out people who don't meet your baseline, but you're less likely to disqualify a potential partner too soon over things that don't really matter. Now, when you're ready, go ahead and get back out there. I really hope this video helps you. See you soon. If you want even more videos just like this one, make sure you subscribe and click on the boxes over here. I'm also excited to let you know that you can now get my book, Think Like a Monk, from thinklikeamonkbook.com. Check below in the description to make sure you order today.